Yeah, what? You're watching and you're listening to the Week in Review, dopest in news and dropping the jewels. Sit back, relax, and press play on the tube and catch up in the feud, cause this brother is smooth. Your weekly wrap up on celebs and stars, or chicks in World Star and they panties and bras. From the Widen Bazaar to a Cuban cigar, geeks at Comic Cons to the tech in your car, we got it all. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. Killer content and the beats he provide. VALA, dope by design.
Woo!
Yo.
Yo, we are here up in the spot. Yo, what had happened was I am NERDSoul.
KAIZER, what's up? It's mad late with the intro.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, my bad.
Guys, so we are in straight up AFTD studios, holding it down, doing our thing. And we got a couple stories we want to bring to you. Our main story tonight is the sad. A part of me feels sad to report this.
Are you really sad?
I mean, I guess I'm kind of like, I don't care about it, but I mean, it's sad, sort of.
Before we even say what it is, it's literally like watching global warming right now. Like, everybody knows it's happening, but like the American government or the American like politicians, because they want to hold on to like all their money. It's like, yo, we can see it happening. Like, we can see the tidal waves coming in. How come nobody's doing anything about it? It's like, yeah.
Yeah. So Forbes reported GameStop stock plummets after 27.5% decrease in holiday sales. So another year down for GameStop. And coming up, we all had a very interesting relationship with GameStop, but Polygon also has an article titled "Shopping at GameStop is Miserable," and I'll be kind of basing both of mine off of these two articles. There are some other articles that come from it. Like there's one from StreetGeek that says GameStop continues its march towards oblivion, but Polygon hits them with some ill body blows.
Now, are they body blows or is it just honesty?
That's a
Truth
good
hurts,
one.
Man. Truth hurts.
Truth does hurt. So it's weird because just thinking about GameStop as a whole, there was this place you could go, they almost grew out of the, what was it like eBay Games or something, or EB Games and all that, like all those places where you're like, oh snap, it's all the games are here. And it was sweet to go there. You know what I'm saying? You could like test out games, you could try them out. It wasn't kind of like, it wasn't similar in the way like Toys R Us is, where you have to go like all the way through the store,
Right.
You could go like right to the games. It was only about games, and it was very cool. And it's like a part of your upbringing, which could have been good or bad. You just look on it like, oh man, GameStop, because sooner or later it looks like GameStop's going to be gone, because it doesn't seem like GameStop is trying to change any of its.
I'm surprised GameStop is still alive. Like, I really am. Like, ever since both PlayStation and Xbox made the move to be like, yo, you can just buy games like through your console and just call it a day. Like, and the fact that, let's talk about the biggest issue GameStop had.
All right.
I think everybody knows, anybody who's ever experienced GameStop knows their biggest issue was the weak ass store credit. All right, so if you come in and you buy a brand new game, you drop $60, and then you come back the next day and they be like, all right, it's $10 in store credit. It's like, how much you gonna resell this joint for? I don't know, like $45. It's like, bruh, you couldn't just give me like 20. Like, you can't even like really negotiate with these cats. It's like, we gonna give you the most bare minimum.
Yo,
after you
GameStop
just
was
dropped 60 bones. And like they were supposed to like have like a system, like almost like a like an evaluation system. Like, so if you brought your game back in, it's a Bluetooth CD, whatever. I'm not Bluetooth, Blu-ray CD, whatever. They check it for scratches, check the box and everything for any like dings and everything. So if it was still in like great condition, they should at least give you back 30%.
Yeah.
Like, so you feel like, you're really getting something out of it. But they would give you like 1.5%.
Son, I've seen people bring systems in that joint and get like $20-something. And it's like, what? see, son, you ain't gonna have to worry about that. NERDSoul, like, he ain't never gonna have to worry about a GameStop. But all right, so in this day and age where you could just buy games online, and like, you don't have to wait for that whole like, I'm gonna wait for the game to drop and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna wait, and it's not really even not even really an event. And I'll let you expand on that later. Yeah. But you go out and you out there with a whole bunch of other dudes just waiting to play this game that's gonna come out at midnight or 11 o'clock or whatever. You're gonna go home, you're gonna play it for an hour, then you gotta wake up and go back to work. It's just like, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of money, it's a waste of energy. Like, GameStop had like nothing else to offer besides being the one place that is gonna have your game. Now maybe. Right. And that it was a big maybe, but it was likely that one GameStop in your particular 20-mile radius was going to have the game you was looking for, possibly. Now you can just go online and be like, I'm going to download it, I'm going to go get a snack, I'm going to come back, I'm going to have a game. And so the Forbes article has what they call a crucial quote. GameStop CEO George Sherman, he's quoted in saying, "We expected a challenging sales environment for the holiday season as our customers continue to delay purchases ahead of anticipated console launches in late 2020." Was it a delay? I'm trying to tell you what the man told us. Okay. So he said, however, the accelerated decline in new hardware and software sales coming out of Black Friday.
Don't blame this on no hardware, bruh.
Oh, man. Coming out of Black Friday and throughout the month of December was well below our expectations, reflective of overall industry trends. On a positive note, we continue to see growth in the Nintendo Switch platform, which supports our view that our sales were strengthened as new consoles and innovative technology are introduced. Now, Wrong. Now, I'm pretty sure there is like a spike in sales whenever a new system drops.
Yeah, but if your next competitor is both Target and Walmart, and like you can't really compete on prices and packages, and you know how when they have like when a console releases, you get games with it, right? Well, like the manufacturers and developers are doing that like directly from Nintendo or Xbox or Sony, like PlayStation. Like they're doing that. GameStop doesn't have like these specialized packages that they're put together for you. There's nothing competitive about it. So you're simply just making profit on the fact of whether or not you have it or not.
This is sad because the quote comes off like, I mean, of course you got to protect the company. You can't just be like, man, it's bad, y'all. It's all bad. Like you can't do that. But I feel like this is a quote that sort of teeters on delusion because it's like, bruh, y'all are getting crushed. Now, Polygon, their article, which of course says shopping at GameStop is miserable, they have a quote that I read, and we were both like, yeah, this kind of hits. It says
that's on the nose, my brother.
Yeah, it says the problem is that walking into a GameStop feels like stepping into a flea market managed by employees who have already given up. And son, I ain't going front. That kinda
Nail on the head.
That kind of hits it right on the head.
Yep.
The employees at any GameStop, even back when GameStop was like the hottest, like they just don't care. Well, no, hold up. I'll take it back. When GameStop was at its hottest, the employees were very, how should I say, very gatekeepery. You know what I'm saying?
They still, I guess, seem like that. I guess. So, like, my most recent experience, I went to a GameStop after not having been in the GameStop for like 10 plus years or something like that. The only reason I went in there is because somebody gave me a gift card to GameStop. So I instantly went online and I was like, does GameStop sell Steam, like, credit gift cards? And I was like, ooh, they do. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into GameStop. I'm like, hey, I want to take the money off of this and then put it on this Steam gift card so I can use it later because I don't shop here.
I don't shop here. And I don't want to come here. And I don't ever want to come here.
I low-key was trying to be a dick to the salesman just because GameStop sucks and has sucked for a while. And I said that out loud to him. I was like, oh, nah, I don't shop here. And he was like, and I still had the GameStop like gift card, even though he was like transferring the funds over. And he was like, oh, do you want me to like throw that away for you so you don't like get confused about it? I was like, oh, no, I won't get confused. I was like, I haven't been in these GameStop stores in like years. So there's no confusion on whether or not I have credit for GameStop.
Yeah, and then of course the pre-order system gets brought up in the Polygon article, where the article writer, who is, let me go in and give him some props, Ben Kuchera. He talks about he was like, it kind of goes like this when you go in there. He's like, me, do you have a copy of the new Assassin's Creed game? GameStop, did you pre-order? No, but, and then GameStop cuts him off, says, if you want to make sure we have a copy of the game, you need to be sure to put down $5 pre-order, which guarantees you. And then he's like, okay, but do you have a copy of the game? And then they're like, do you have anything you'd like to trade in towards the cost of the game? And he's like, no, I just want to know if you have it. And GameStop's like, would you be interested in a pre-owned copy? And it's like, bruh, I know y'all are probably reading off the script.
If it's
but
in
reading
your
off the script makes you sound like the worst
bruh.
Internet bot.
I just need a yes or no, dog. So if you actually have one that's pre-ordered, like that's the one I want, then I guess.
Like I almost wish this encounter was recorded, because it's like, do you have this? Yes or no?
Like,
does this exist
on
the premises?
He's like, so we got a previously owned joint. It's like, nigga, how much is that? And do you have
Bruh, can you put it in my hand? It's like, why y'all like being secretive about your games? Bruh, it's in your name, GameStop. I'm not asking you if you have like, I'm not asking you if you have like hamburgers. I'm asking you if you have games.
GameStop.
Why are you being guarded and secretive about the games you got? Do you have it?
I can sum this up. We can sum this up right now. GameStop is the Blockbuster video of games.
It's
like
weird.
There's going to be
like,
in 10 years. There's going to be a new Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. They're going to travel back in time to where GameStop
they're going to land in a GameStop.
And like, people going to be lined up outside like, oh, man, I was waiting for the Assassin's Creed game to come out.
I remember waiting in the line. Like, I remember waiting in the line
Halo
for
2?
Halo 2.
Yep.
Halo 2, we waited in line. And it was a big deal. I mean, the line sucked. Nothing happened, which I'll get to in a second. But
I think I was one of the first people to walk out with the game, and everybody was like, "Yeah!" And I was like,
everybody was like excited.
It wasn't an event, but Halo was like the hotness back then. And there was nothing special going on. It was literally like people waiting in line, like they waiting for a movie, and then like a dude comes out with the product that he paid for.
And it's It's funny because the article says it makes me so sad. Every time I have to go into one and pick up something I need that day, and it's so uncomfortable. With the stock often being in such bad shape that I'll try to go to a Target or a Walmart if possible. Heck, I get sad even typing the sentence. I worked at Electronics Boutique and later EB Games and finally GameStop when the companies merged, and I don't even remember it being that bad back then. And it's like it's just sad. It's sad.
It wasn't bad back then because it was like the outlet for it, right? They own like the monopoly on that space, and they didn't grow with the times like Blockbuster Video. Like once Netflix came out, people was like, "Yo, man, I could just stay home and get entertainment like either sent to me, and then once that junk like went online, I could just stream it and like binge full seasons of stuff." It's a game changer. Yeah, I'm gonna stay inside all weekend and just do this and just be entertained like in my own comfortable space without no hassle. That's what it is. So instead of having to go to GameStop and do the whole song and dance, "Hey man, you got this game? Did you get a pre-order?" It's like, "Nah, I just want to see if you have it in stock. Would you have any other like did you see me walk in with other games? Do you have it in stock?"
Yeah, do you have this game or no?
Well, in today's age, you can just go online and be like, "Oh, they already released it." Click. All right, I'm going to go get something to eat. When I get back to my computer or to my console, it'll prompt me when it's done, and then I can play it.
So here's what I want to do with us. You know what I'm saying? You know, we talked about GameStop being bad. You know what I'm saying? We talked about it. You know, we read the quote from the CEO. I figured, hey, instead of just throwing stones, why don't we try to help them out? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you want to talk about what they could have done or what they still could do?
Yeah, what they still could do. Like, all right, so the CEO, what's his name? His name is George Sherman. So, all right, so let's say that GameStop's like, "George Sherman, we're tired of you. You're horrible. We don't want you no more, and you're fired. And right now, we're hiring NERDSoul and KAIZER. What do we do to fix GameStop? What do we do to bring GameStop back?"
Well, first we gotta rebuild trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gotta do something about that store credit, man. We gotta match people's like expectations. We gotta meet them in the middle.
Yeah.
We can't be giving garbage like store credit and then like watch people's expectations just drop. Now we can't give them like 100% back.
Nah.
Unless it's a new game. So if let's say a new game premiered today.
Yeah.
And you bring it back within
like 7 days
of your purchase.
Yeah.
7 days, a week of your purchase, you bring it back, and it's still in good shape, which it usually is if somebody's like, I just don't like this game. Here you go. You get full store credit.
Word.
Of the price of that game towards like another game.
Yeah. And if you want to sell it, we can give you, say 85%. Is that good?
Well, I mean, that's what GameStop's going to resell it anyway.
Oh, no. What I mean is, like, if they want, instead of, say if they don't want store credit and they just want straight cash. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because
cash. If it's cash, I say 30 to 40%.
Oh, all right. So you're going a little lower than I thought. All right.
Yeah, because because GameStop still got to resell that and make a profit off of it. We losing right now. Because so in that case, like people would just be like making money, both parties would still be losing money on it. But you know what I'm saying? Like the store still has to make money. You still have to look at it from a business.
And they still got to feel like they getting more than like the pennies they was getting before.
Right, something you can actually like, so you get a little back. It's like, all right, now I got say $30 or no, that's 50%. Say they got like I don't know, $20. So there's like, I got $20. I can go look around the store for a little bit.
Yeah, I can do something. All right, cool. So
but like, if it's in that 7 days, are you gonna take $60 store credit or do you want $20 in cash? Yeah, I'm gonna take the store credit, and I'm gonna. What other new games just came out? Yeah.
All right, so all right, check this out. What I was thinking is, we can have, all right, straight up, we can have live events at GameStop daily, like something going on there daily, every day. First, I'm putting a DJ in the store. You know what I'm saying? There's enough chip tune and hip hop kind of like sampled beats out there to throw that in
now
and mix it around.
You do have to be a little bit more realistic.
All right.
You gonna hire a DJ for every GameStop across the nation.
Yes.
Every day.
Yes. They're not going to spend 24/7. They're only spending for a certain amount of time. But yes, I'm also redesigning the store. It's not going to look like a flea market anymore. Now, you will be able to get stuff, but it's not going to be like you come in and you feel like you can't even move around. It's just crap everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You come in, it's just, like shelving of just crap all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Open it up a little bit so people can actually walk around.
I would say brighten it up too.
Yeah.
Because the colors are kind of bland. It's like a gray blue.
And then on top of that, have daily high score competitions. You know what I'm saying? Pick, random systems, random games, whoever gets the furthest in one try on this, whoever.
Well, I would say weekly.
This, and you win something. Well, if you get daily, there's always going to be people in and out. And they don't have to win something big, but just kind of like win something cool. It's like, oh snap!
But see,
I got this at GameStop.
You won't really get an audience daily because kids got school and people work and everything like that. So you on the daily, you'll probably get the cats who ain't really like working.
Oh, see, I forgot because since I'm in LA, I'm used to people being out all the time. So
yeah, see, everywhere else besides like New York and LA,
unless it's the major cities, yeah. So
people ain't out all the time.
I would measure that depending on the area because if it's rural, it might not work on daily, but
it'll be on a Friday. Yeah,
in LA, you'd be like, yo, do kids even go to school? Like, why is it like, yo, it's like noon and kids are just chilling. Like, what is going on? So it's like I do something like that. And then I also do stuff like I do cosplayer events, and then also on like big releases, I'd have some kind of like day one tournament kind of thing, and it doesn't matter what it is. Like say COD drops, I'd have a big tournament at the store. Person with the most kills in the first 24 hours gets this. Something. Try. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Try. Get people in the store. Get people talking about going to GameStop. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, some way.
I would think their best move, because a lot of that stuff they would have to invest in, like the events like daily and stuff like that, which is
they got money. I'm not saying they got like billions and trillions of dollars.
Yeah, it's a good goal to work up to. But I would honestly say that they need to either partner up or get bought by like a IGN or something like that they can tie like personalities to. And so along with the events and everything you're talking about and kind of like making it more of like a pop culture exposure to where people want to actually like go to GameStop specifically for that game pop culture environment. Like there's something happening there. And there's a vibe that you get from going there, not just like I'm gonna go buy this game because they have it in stock, maybe. Is to tie that into like those outlets where people get their gaming news, and so like e-gaming is big now, or it's becoming big. It's a billion dollar industry, and I would have stuff, with current technology, you could easily track statistics on. Like area competitions, like you were saying, and tally all that stuff up to where people can do like regionals and then possibly have a shot at going pro and joining a team. And that would be another reason for going to GameStop. You might be a hometown hero at your local like GameStop or like the capital city GameStop. Almost like you're familiar with Pokemon, right? Yeah.
And I
so
agree.
Like, you know how Pokemon got the stadiums and you got like the hometown hero. Like it's that one guy who's like who's like head of that gym. Well, you could be that one guy in the city who's like king of COD, right? And so now you got the chance to go to regionals, rep for your hometown, and possibly go pro. You might be that guy from down the street who's like, now he's the newest like gaming personality. He's getting paid big bucks. Now he's living out in LA being a pro gamer. Wow. And how did he do it? He did it by going to GameStop.
Yeah, and to go off of that, yes, there's no reason right now that GameStop's podcast should not be a thing. There's no reason GameStop news shouldn't be a thing. And what I mean is, it may exist right now, but what I mean is by a thing, meaning like, if you're a gamer, you talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then also what you said with the internetworks of the GameStops, there's no reason there shouldn't be a hierarchy and championship going on of the different competitions with GameStop. There's no reason it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason it shouldn't.
Yeah, because at this point, it's kind of like, yo, with GameStop, we got games. I'm like, the internet's got games. What else you got? Like, I don't need to go to your store to get these things. I can get it right now sitting at home.
Because what you want to do is similar, and all I'm doing is switching up and modifying the Starbucks approach. Starbucks became a watering hole.
Yeah.
And that's how they survived. Mm-hmm. GameStop becomes the watering hole. You want to come here, talk games. You want to come here, play games, compete, see the podcast get completed. People are filming every day to upload to the GameStop channel, like the GameStop experience. You got the DJs doing special mixes, cosplayers, all types of stuff. This is it's like a GameStop gaming, even if it's casual, a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That's something that can continue to, be like, continue to like grow, build, and be a way that people kind of continue to keep it alive in the zeitgeist. Like, oh man, I was at GameStop yesterday, such and such fell through. It was dope. And then, I would spend money on DJs. I would spend money on influencers. I would spend money on such and such. Get people's butts in the stove.
Yeah, I would honestly go. I would go to that GameStop, even though I'm not incredibly, as you become an adult. It's like, yeah, you love games, but do you really have time to play these games? You got money to buy the games. You got no time to play these games.
And then definitely,
but I would go. I would go to GameStop simply for that environment, just to be in it and be like, yo, I was at that GameStop event last night. It was dope. Like, this kid beat this other kid and it was crazy.
Yeah, and then after that, in addition to that, also change the culture of the employees. And I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people there that are nasty to black people, nasty to women, and I would straight up cut them. I would cut them, no rhyme, no reason, you gotta go. Because I've been in many a GameStop and it's some white dude looking at me funny. Or I've seen guys get all, like, in a weird way, like gatekeepery, like, oh, you're a girl, do you even play games kind of thing. It's like, what?
Yeah.
So I would get rid of that element, and I would get rid of the whole, did you pre-order it? Did you pre-order it? Like, dude, our job is to help people play games. That's our job. You see somebody in a wheelchair come in, you see somebody that looks like, you immediately start searching up all the stuff we got for game accessibility. Just in case they have a question, you got everything pulled up. Help the people of the store. GameStop should be for the people. You change that for the people, you got a shot at surviving. Now, the plan that I put together, match with yours, I don't think it's going to win immediately. No, but I think in 3 years, you can turn GameStop around.
Well, I mean, even in I think it's 6 months. If they can make a full culture change within 3 months and have it ready within those next 3 months, I mean, that'd be hard because it's nationwide. But if they really like want to drive the ability to be the national / like local center for gaming culture that kids can actually like go to, because like I know that's also a big complaint with parents, right? Like parents nowadays are like, oh, my kid didn't go play outside like we used to go play outside. They just want to stay inside, play games and stuff like that. And it's like, this could be like one of them social events. It's like, hey mom, can you take me to GameStop? Like they got this event. I want to go to this championship. You know what I'm saying? I think I might be able to like do something with it. Or I just want to go and like feel that environment, and my friends are gonna be there, and like it's something to go to. It's an activity to go to.
Yeah, and create community. I think that's I honestly think we can save it. Now, George Sherman, I know he listens to what happened was. George, you know what I'm saying? We don't mind if you take these ideas. Feel free. We just want a generous 25% kickback.
Yeah.
Of all profits after you turn it around.
Those are guys that
he'll be like, I ain't giving y'all
nothing. GameStop.
I ain't giving y'all jack.
I ain't gonna give y'all nothing but a thumbs up.
Be like, thanks guys. Now they'd be like, hey, didn't somebody in a podcast give you this idea? Be like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know who they are.
Oh man. All right. So anyway, we fixed GameStop. Boom, done. Out of here. We fixed it.
We fixed GameStop.
Recently, I've seen a clip from Extra TV. Extra. But it shows the cast of Black Lightning. And they're chilling, getting the interview, and the cast of Supergirl comes in and kind of like, bombs the interview, and everybody's hanging out and chilling and stuff. And it's generally a good time to be had. And there's a Twitter user that jumps in and says, this video alone is the reason we should get a Black Lightning / Supergirl crossover, since now they share the same Earth. How do you feel about that idea?
Are you asking me honestly?
Yeah, I want you to be real, my dude.
I honestly have not watched any of these CW superhero shows this entire season. The last season of Flash and Arrow, I caught up fully on Netflix and binged it, and I was like underwhelmed. I'm probably gonna catch up on the last season of Arrow just because it's Arrow. It was like my favorite show out of all of them. The Flash was like exceptional up until like the last season, and they got like, I mean, the Flash is gonna get weird, but it was a different kind of weird on the last season. I was just like, I wasn't feeling it, and so like my honest energy towards these shows are just like not enthusiastic about it at all. So I mean, it's cool seeing them like interact with each other, like, hey, you on that show, we on that show, we a part of the same universe, we fam, all right, yo, dap it up, all right, cool. That's always like cool to see. But like I have been seeing like all the leaks, because like people just can't wait to show you what happened on this episode that you think everybody saw, but for the people who haven't seen it yet, you're just gonna show the internet anyway, and now it's everywhere. So I feel like I've already watched Crisis on Infinite Earths because I've seen like every screenshot possible because of the internet. But I'm still like not drawn to be like, hey, I need to watch this. It's kind of like, So that's my take on this. Yeah. As someone who like really, really loves Black Lightning. I mean, loves Black Lightning. Oh, I did like Black Lightning, but it was still part of like the CW universe, and I literally just stopped watching everything. But
yeah, Black Lightning is the only show that I still watch and I still cover. Since Black Lightning is the only show that I still cover, I'm gonna have to give this a super pass. I've seen what Supergirl has done. I've seen how bad it is. Okay. And I don't want that up in my Black Lightning.
Oh, you want to rub off?
I don't want that corny melodrama rubbing off on my Black Lightning. I don't. It's corny. Supergirl season 1 I really enjoyed. Season 2 and 3 was it was unnecessarily melodramatic in the worst CW ways possible. The very worst ways possible. I don't want Supergirl up in my Black Lightning. And I don't like the fact that they share the same Earth because it presents a weird problem for me, because I don't want... Black Lightning is a very different show to the point where I'm like, I don't even understand how it's on CW, but I'm glad the show exists. But the villains that are on Black Lightning are on another level.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? See, Supergirl's villains are kind of weak to me. And they've always played them with like a very, very soft touch. So I'm like, don't be trying to use the Black Lightning flavor. You know what I'm saying? Now that Black Lightning is hot and all your other shows, bless you, all your other shows are straight corny now.
Right.
Don't be coming over here trying to get the flavor. Don't be trying to get the flavor to rub up on you. We good. We don't we don't want your help. We don't need your help. We good on our own. We got a black show, a very black show. And we don't need, you know what I'm saying? It's a black family show too. We good. Keep your Dawson's Creek superhero show over on your side.
Dawson's Creek superhero show.
Yes, you can quote that. But that's how I feel. Do I think this is a touching moment with all them there? You know what I'm saying? With McCad coming through there, like, where the black people at? And Martian Manhunter, like, where the black people at? Yeah, that's cool, that's fun, everything. But guess what? Stay your butt on your show. Don't be trying to come. We don't want you over here. See, y'all didn't want us in your reindeer games. See, when Black Lightning was announced, it's like, oh, it's not going to be part of the Arrowverse. And at first, I was like, man, that's whack. Why ain't letting him in? And when I saw the show, I was like, you know what? We good. Leave us on our own. We fine. Now, all of a sudden, 2 seasons later, when Black Lightning's on the rise and everybody else looking corny, now here they come trying to be. Now they want to do a crisis. Now they want to put us. Nah, bruh.
Well, you know, Supergirl was wrong when Jimmy Olsen was like 6'5" and strong. Like,
yo, Jimmy Olsen straight take your girl, son.
Yo, and then like he's supposed to be friends with Superman. I'm like, is Jimmy Olsen stronger than Superman? Because he taller and bigger than him. Like,
get more chicks than him.
Are we sure Jimmy Olsen isn't Superman?
Yeah, and it's like it. I'm good with this. I'm good, yo.
And then when he like introduces, he's like, "This is James." I was like, "Oh, okay, man, I'm not gonna argue."
Like, my name is James, ladies. Like,
right.
I'm cool. Stay off our show. You do your thing. We gonna do ours. Oh man, but that's how I feel about that.
I mean, they do crossovers. Like, a crossover is fine. Like, a crossover.
Yeah, but see, now they're in the same world, which leads you to be like, well, why doesn't Supergirl just come over? You know what I'm saying? And fix.
Well, I mean, that never happened. That could have easily happened in like Arrow multiple times.
True.
Where, like, Arrow's up against like the hardest enemy, and then Barry just
why
comes
doesn't
through,
the Flash
"You want me to handle this?" Barry just like, "You want me to handle this?" Because I could just zip him into another universe real quick and come right back.
It's like, well, I could literally just run over here, toss him in jail real quick, and then just like go home.
And, you know, saying we can go get dinner, catch up.
You know, so I will, you know what I'm saying, I'll let it slide for that reason. But I just, you know, I got my eye on them.
I definitely understand. But like, I think ever since they introduced the DC universe, because he already knew I was going to say it. Yeah,
it's like
CW. they gotta be forced to like step their game up a little bit, because like Titans kind of like doing their thing.
Yeah, it's like, well, Titan season 2 was like, it was like half good, but yeah, it. I
mean, there was some stuff I disagree with.
That joint had mad filler beat. And once again, I do not care
I think
about Hank and Dawn. I do not want to see them doing karaoke.
Well, I'm fine with Dawn.
We got more important things to do. Dawn is just she comes off as like a girl that's pretty, but literally has like nothing to offer. Like she ain't got no conversation. She ain't got no insight.
Dove,
I'm cool.
Hawk and Dove were definitely like side heroes. They were like sidekicks to the sidekicks. Like they didn't really need to be there. I think everybody really just cared about, it's like, all right, was Beast Boy? How's Raven gonna get over this thing? And like going through like Dick's history and what he was dealing with and how he felt guilty and stuff. Like all that stuff was great. That stuff we needed. But yeah, the Hank and Dawn episodes was like, yeah, I don't necessarily care about y'all. Like I care about my core Titan peeps. Like how they gonna get through this? Like now we got Connor. You know what I'm saying? His brain's all messed up. You gotta get his brain right.
Get your brain right, son.
So you know what I'm saying? So now we get the core Titan group. But yeah, the first episode I really hated for that show.
Yeah, the first episode needed some help.
Trigon.
They
should have.
You know what?
They should have never did that. They should have never let that go. They should have never did that. Right.
Well, the thing,
like the guy who was playing him, like in his human form. I think if they could have played off like the human form a little bit more without doing the CGI. Like after somebody did like the test CGI, they'd be like, all right, so is this going to finish rendering? And they'd be like, oh no, this is finished rendering. It's like, all right, we're going to not do that.
Well,
we're just going to use the guy who's acting as Trigon.
I wasn't even mad at that part. I was mad at the fact that I'm like, oh, so this is the season finale from the first season.
Basically.
I'm like, this is the season finale. I was like, this is the season finale.
Yeah, because the first episode, they take care of Trigon pretty much. Yeah, that was the season finale. Yep. Yeah, timing was a little bit off on that joint. But they still, like the CGI was kind of like, y'all should have nixed that. Just put like a couple eyes on my man's forehead and like put him in makeup and then like call it a day. Like he was decent as the human form of him. You could have gave him some like prosthetics or something. I'm sure it would have been cheaper to put some like prosthetics on his like forehead and give him a little makeup than it was to.
Nah, I feel like that was going to look worse.
Well, I mean, they could do something than to get like a team of like CGI artists like a job to finish in 8 hours and like throw it on TV. And it's like, bro, y'all probably paid way too much money for this.
Yeah. Season 2, boys. Poor season 2. But
it don't look like the Mandalorian.
Nah, Mandalorian, you can tell that there's some budget constraints for it, but it never comes off looking cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the budget constraints were in the way it looked. It was like, how many actors can we afford this episode? And then we'll spend the rest of the money on like everything looking right. And which was fine because it's like, yo, the story never really strayed. And I think that was probably like The Mandalorian was probably a very good test for Disney. And they're like, all right, we're going to give you this budget to see how well this is going to work out. And now they know, now they got, a blockbuster TV show in their hands. Now it's like, all right. So next season, we're going to bump y'all up like a couple more hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, because it's definitely, what I'm saying? It's easy to like come through and say, "Oh, a show like this won't work," and then next thing you know, you're like, "Oh snap, we looking good right now, son. Like we killing it. Like we alright. Like you know what I'm saying? At first, like ain't nobody gonna like this show. Ain't nobody coming into a show like this.
They just need more of
like,
it.
Oh,
they just need more content because right now they got movies that people have seen already, and sure that's great, just for like nostalgia. So if I want to go back and watch Toy Story 2, which I probably won't, but it's nice to know that it's there. But we need more shows like now. Like, not the filler shows, not the joint where Jeff Goldblum is just doing random stuff. Like, I want real shows like The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And
well,
like
I mean,
the new Marvel shows that are coming out and everything.
To their defense, because I've seen a lot of posts lately like Disney Plus ain't got nothing. It's like, no, Disney Plus has mad stuff. But just like anything else, they got to actually make it. Like, they've already been like, yo, season 2 is coming fall of this year. Like, we just saw the finale. It'll be back, I guess, I don't know, September, whatever, you know what I'm saying, in the fall. I'm like, next month, we getting the new Clone Wars. You know, new season of Clone Wars. Like, other stuff is coming. And then also, somebody was online, they were like, they ain't got nothing. I'm like, bro, they got stuff. They were like, they ain't got nothing new. I'm like, well, they're still a studio. They have to like make things. I'm like, this ain't YouTube.
The direction of Star Wars right now too. I'm kind of done with them doing behind the timeline stuff. I want to move forward too. So them doing the new Clone Wars, like, great. Give me some new stories, like in the more forward timeline. Let's move past like the whole Skywalker timeline. Can we move forward, please?
Yeah,
like they talking about doing like what is it like the Old Republic, and I'm like, yeah, it's cool. It's like it's another storyline. I don't need like more history. I want to know what the universe looks like after. Well, I guess we could spoil it now. Palpatine's dead, and Kylo Ren has just died. What's after Rey and them, and like what's going on after that, or like, what's going on in the universe at that time until we get the new trilogy and everything. Can we move forward, please?
I definitely agree. You know, I definitely, you know what I'm saying, dig that and definitely agree with that. Like, we need, you know, I've said it many times, we need a 4001 AD. Like, when Valiant did a comic book storyline that was like, you know, what, like 2,000 years in the future, you know what I'm saying? You can do that, and then you don't really have to mess with any of the, you know, you don't really have to mess with any of the continuity right now because it's 2,000 years. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing, you don't have to worry about anything Rey did or anything Luke did or anything anyone now did because it's 2,000 years later. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've always been a proponent of that. Like, I always thought that was like a
because I kind of feel like you set yourself up more for failure if you keep doing more of like the historical stuff. So now you gotta go back and go, all right, well, what happened like after this, and then what happened before this? Because we gotta stay in continuity versus just creating what's gonna happen next. Because now you really got some room to play with, and nobody can come back and be like, well, that written like back before Disney bought, you know, Lucasfilms, the canon was this, and you just gonna upset more fans. Let's move forward. You're gonna upset the whole like Star Wars fanboy community, and you know they get tight. So let's move forward, yo.
Yeah, it's the reason I agree with you is because it doesn't seem, based on the new trilogy to a certain degree, not completely, but to a certain degree, the new trilogy, Star Wars has a story group. And it doesn't seem like the story group is being listened to or maybe consulted at all. And if that's the case, it's like, well, why do you have this story group of people keeping the continuity together if the writers and directors aren't going to utilize them on the largest releases of the like of the genre or of the, I guess, of the franchise, because you have the movies are probably their largest thing because they put the most money into it, the most push, everything. But it doesn't seem, there's certain small things here and there. I mean, they're not huge, but there's small little things that you're like, but in the comics, I thought this happened, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a huge deal, but it's still, for someone who kind of reads comics every now and then for Star Wars, and you kind of wonder, like, well, what about this part? Or what about that part? That kind of thing.
Right.
So that's the only thing that kind of gets me every now and then. But as far as, Disney Plus as a whole, like, they laid out their, they laid out what they're about to drop. And it's weird. They gave us a timeline with literal dates. And now people are like, there's nothing on Disney Plus. It's like, dude, last year they literally gave us a time. Marvel let us know when the shows were coming out. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we never knew. Like, these shows are coming out. This stuff is happening.
Yeah, but it's also, you have to think about the culture they're releasing this stuff into now and what, like, the consumer is used to getting. We're used to, like, that Netflix vibe. Used to, like, they just put out Witcher. All right, I'm going to binge it this weekend. And we understand that Disney's going to put it out episode, week per week, whatever.
Yeah.
But
and also you're dealing with someone who's getting
that
content from everybody instead of one entity that's kind of like generating content.
Right. And so they're still kind of behind the 8 ball of already having that content. Like, say if Disney Plus released with like 3 new shows off the back, like shows that people really want to watch. Not like Noelle, which was actually a decent movie. I actually enjoyed Noelle. But like stuff like the Jeff Goldblum show, not to put Jeff Goldblum down, but nobody was looking for that.
Yeah.
But when Mandalorian was mentioned and they showed like the teaser, people were like, oh, what's that? This is new. Okay, I'm interested in that. After the first episode, it's pretty much a wrap. So if you had like 2 more of those shows release either close to the Mandalorian or at the same time, I don't think there would be as many complaints about Disney Plus not having anything, quote unquote. Than there is now.
Yeah, I'm not tripping on that. Like, cause I've been enjoying my Disney Plus. I've been watching Proud Family like every day, B. I've been watching Proud Family, Smart Guy. I've been chilling. I'm like, look, I know y'all tripping. I'm fine. I'm like, I've been watching Star Wars Rebels.
I haven't been watching it outside of like Mandalorian and like during Christmas. I watched like a whole bunch of like holiday movies. Like they had Home Alone 1 and 2, and I was like, so I'm set. And then Noelle was dope. And then like that's pretty much it. But I know with like, my better half, she loves Disney movies, so she be watching mad Disney stuff on there. So I know I'm getting my money's worth.
Like I peeped out.
So I knew it was an investment.
And then like I peeped out. What is it? 101 Dalmatians again, and I was like, dag, son. I was like, yo.
I was like the animation.
Yeah.
Or Glen Coast. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this joint still works. So like for me, but I'm also one, and this is to like the Twitter sphere or whatever. Like I know what Disney Plus is and what it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I never like people wanted Disney Plus to be Netflix, and I'm like, that's not what it is. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Is not the same. And like there was this guy trying to. I'm like, you don't understand. Disney Plus is not Netflix. It's not trying to be Netflix. It doesn't want to be Netflix. I was like, Disney Plus is taking ownership of its IP. That's what Disney is doing. So Disney is saying, look, everything we make, will make, have made is going to be here and nowhere else. That's what this is. This isn't Netflix. Because Netflix there's still an understanding content, and it's not the same.
Right. Well, not totally.
Because Netflix licenses stuff.
Yeah.
They're not
but
making
it's not totally like all of their stuff isn't totally licensed out. Like some of the like newer stuff is like, you know, it's actually like a partnership where they're putting up a production like value and stuff for it.
Yeah, but it's
not like Disney where Disney owns everything.
Disney
its
owns
platform.
this. Netflix
And I get
licenses a lot of stuff that already exists.
Right. I get that.
Think it's Netflix, and it's like, oh no, Netflix owns this because they bought it, but Netflix didn't make this.
And that's an understanding level like on the business side of it.
Yeah.
But as far as like
people be thinking
market,
like, oh, Netflix is always dropping stuff. It's like, no, like Netflix bought this.
But in terms of like a competitive market consumer side of it, Netflix is their biggest competitor. And so like that still is going to be in the back of their mind because Netflix owns this space, right? They're still king of the streaming platform. So they still have to somehow, and they'll be competitive because they're Disney, but they do in the future need to think about like how they can really be like they can really put a dent in Netflix.
And see,
I think that's coming because I think it's coming because they just got started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
it's
Disney
like they just
owns
got
a lot
started,
of property.
and I don't think they particularly have to put a dent in Netflix. I think Netflix can survive in an area where Disney does it, and Disney can survive. Like, don't get me wrong, the Venn diagram, because it's streaming, kind of mixes.
Right.
But Disney has Disney Plus and Hulu. Like, there's tons of stuff. But if you just want to talk about Disney Plus by itself, and ESPN. Yeah. But if you want to talk about Disney Plus by itself, it exists in a space where it's, you know what? Disney Plus it's kind of like the streaming version of going to the Disney store, as opposed to Netflix, which will be like going to, I don't know, maybe like Target or something like that. So they're both stores, but they don't serve the same purpose. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's like, yo, I'm going here for Disney. Like, I can't go to Target and get like, this, I don't know,
this particular Disney
Winnie the Pooh something. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go straight to Disney for that uncooked Coke.
There was a time where Disney was putting out like mad specialized like Winnie the Poohs. And them just selling like hotcakes, by the way. Yo, shouts out to
that animated which I also watched, the animated Pooh film that came out in like 2010 or something like that, somewhere in that area. That joint is still boss. Like that joint is still like, you look at just the animation, you're like, yo, this is on point. Like you're like, yo, this joint is cute, it's heartfelt, and it still works. Like, it's Disney. But so I honestly, and like, I guess because I know what I want Disney Plus to be, or I know what Disney Plus is and what Disney's trying to do with it, I've been enjoying it. Like, I've been like, yo, Mandalorian, word, got not Parenthood, Proud Family. My little boy is already singing along to the song. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Proud Family. That's right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and Smart Guy. Shooby-dooby-doo. So it's like, I get my wholesome entertainment. I get some action. The other day I watched the last and basically hour of Endgame, but you know what I'm saying? Went back, watched the last hour of Endgame. So I've been enjoying Disney Plus. Like, I'm like, because when I see this stuff in my timeline, I'm like, yo, I'm having a ball watching Disney Plus. I'm like, oh, I'm chilling. I've been going back, watching old stuff, watching new stuff. And then there's stuff where like I've seen it, but my wife hasn't seen it. Like my wife hasn't seen either of the Ant-Man movies, and she hasn't seen Captain Marvel. And I don't think she's seen Ragnarok. I think those are the only ones she hasn't seen. So then, I can go show her those. Or we can go back in the day and watch 101 Dalmatians, where I'm like, yo, Cruella DeVille is actually like she's not even a Disney villain. Like she's literally evil.
I
Like
mean,
how you
she is a
how you
Disney girl.
come up in someone's house, crap on their house, crap on their husband, crap on this woman's clothes, then look at her dogs and be like, you know what? I want to skin them. Like, yo, Cruella DeVille is on a whole nother level. I'm
Yeah,
like,
if you do think about it, it's like, yo, because
she
like
came
usually,
in, she made fun of her
like
husband.
in my workplace alone, like you could tell it's a dog environment. If you go to my office, it's like, yo, everybody love dogs. So
Yeah.
like, actually, probably you can just say America. Like America can't stand to watch a dog, anything like with a dog happen that's bad.
Yeah.
So Cruella DeVille come in with her fur coat, being all rich, talking about, I want to kill your dogs and make another jacket. Like, what?
Yeah, it's like what? It just like it. So that is the funny part about looking at it as an adult, because you're like, yo, Cruella's like mad out of pocket. Like the second she step in the door, you smoking all in my house, dropping ashes all over the place. You talking crap about my husband. Then you talking crap about my house, my clothes. Then you look at my dog, say you want to kill him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. It's like, yo, what's wrong with you?
Honestly, Cruella DeVille would have been in jail talking about she want to skin some dogs.
Yeah, like, yo, she went mad far. She definitely crossed. She habitually line step many times in that film.
Yeah, she was honestly, she was like a cultural line stepper.
Yeah,
like you can't be negative about dogs.
Like, I mean, like I know that was like, I know it was made, or like I know it was set over in like the UK or something, but yeah, she tripping.
Oh, that's what's popping in the UK. They skinning dogs. Is that what you're saying?
Skinning dogs, making new coats. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what's popping right now. Just new jackets.
This is mad rainy. Y'all killing dogs.
Like, y'all gonna kill dogs?
Come over to America with all that.
It's like this is what's popping right now. You know what I'm saying? You just killing dogs. That's what we do.
You gonna run up a dude's house? I mean, he probably should also have the cops called on him because he's got 101 Dalmatians in his house. You can't accommodate for all them dogs, bro. You probably need to get a kennel license. You know what I'm saying? Get some inspections done.
Because they just had a house where it was just chilling.
You got 101 dogs, my guy?
Yeah, it's like
ain't nobody called the proper authorities.
Yeah, it's like, yo, they might have to actually. They actually might have to like move or something like that. Get a better space.
You need to go to the country. You can't be in the city with all that.
Yeah, it's like, it's just not right.
Like, I'm actually surprised the cops weren't already there, and like their neighbors just like looking out the window because they called the cops. It's like, my neighbor has 101 dogs. It's so loud I can't get any sleep.
Yo, I'm calling the police all the time. Oh man.
You know that's a quiet neighborhood.
Yeah, it did look like a nice quiet neighborhood for real though. And like all them dogs, this is gonna make things worse and worse. Gonna lower the property value. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a little much.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that said, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we wrapped up everything pretty, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we wrapped up everything pretty well, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to everybody out there doing your thing, grinding.
Don't shop at GameStop.
You know, GameStop shopping, doing what you got to do.
GameStop is dead.
Yeah.
Until they do something about it.
GameStop just trying to make it happen these days. Like, they're just trying to live, man. Just trying to live.
I feel like they're not trying to live.
Oh boy, it's like I feel like they're not trying to live. But before we get out of here, big shout out to I want to give a big shout out to Thought Crimes. Big shout out to Blurtish. Big shout out to the Blurred Girl, For All Nerds, Black Tribbles out there killing it, doing their thing. Grinding, and also a super shout out to Panda, who is my largest Patreon supporter Much love to you. I'll holler at you later. But before we get out of here, of course, the homie KAIZER.
Yeah.
How may you address the people, a good sir?
You can holler at me on Instagram at KURO.com. Pick up some shirts or something. Yeah, or you can catch me out on here. What happened was on NERDSoul.
That's right. NERDSoul. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Guys, thank you so much for checking us out. Hang with us, talking with us in the chat, tweeting, all that good stuff, Instagram, messaging, everything. Oh, also, big shout out to Reginald Hudlin, who retweeted my Takin, Takin. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the man.
Ooh. Yo, man, Takin, the new sitcom, coming to Disney Plus this fall.
No, it's not.
tons of yo, don't stop my goals, son. Yo, coming to Disney Plus this fall, new sitcom, Takin. It's another side of the Grand Moff that you just never knew was there. It's going to be filled with a hilarious cast of characters, and you get to see what goes on in the downtime of the Death Star in the years leading up to, of course, his untimely demise when he wasn't on the bridge being mean to people.
You ain't got no job, Anakin. Sorry.
Oh, man. He's like, remember when Cole was like, he got a new job? He was like, where you work? He's like, I work where Tommy work at. You ain't got no job, Cole. Oh, man. Tommy always stayed laid and fresh, though. But it was like,
Where's
when
he
you work,
getting this stuff from?
like, he always had nice clothes and stuff. He looked well put together.
You got a hedge fund or something?
It's like, are you a trust fund baby? Like, where's this money coming from?
Tommy's good with his money, son.
Like, yo, man, that money.
You know, dog.
Got
Can
that
you
money.
imagine if Darth Vader was playing the role of Tommy? And they like, so you heard you got a new job, Vader. He's like, you know, dog.
Oh, man. So, yeah, sitcom coming 2020. Hope you guys enjoy it. We put a lot of work into it. I'd like to give love and props to, of course, Disney Plus for giving me the opportunity to create. I've been able to meet a wonderful and amazing cast of people that have surrounded me in the production. Big shout out to Taika Waititi. Big shout out to Dave Filoni.
Wow.
Big shout out to Kathleen Kennedy. All who have helped me.
These are
Anyway, y'all.
false statements.
Anyway, y'all, we out. Much love. We'll holler at y'all later. And from us to you, thank you for chilling and peace.
Peace.